To clinch the title, Bugowski must win this event and the remaining two in the championship as well. It'll be a tough battle, but Philippe Bugowski, one of France's top rally drivers, is certainly up to the task. Day one, and Patrick Magot, the second of the Work Citroën Zara kit car drivers, sets the fastest times on the first three stages, taking the lead by 14 seconds from teammate Philippe Bugowski. Magot is fastest again on stage 5 at night, but then retires before the start of stage 6 with an engine oil leak. Well, despite that awesome commitment, Magot out of the event. Bad news for him, but potentially good news for Philippe Bugowski, because it means that at least his teammate won't be robbing him of vital points. After Magot's retirement, Bugowski takes the lead. Quickest on stages 4 and 6, the two that Magot didn't win. He takes a 20-second advantage over the rest of the field. Best of the rest, Simon Jean-Joseph, predictably, this is his first outing on Antibes. Second here, but still 2 days of action. Fast, furious, and with very little cause for recovery if you do make a mistake. Another rookie, this is Benoit Rousselot. The Renault driver made poor tyre choices on stages 2 and 3, but he's still third overall and just a minute and 40 behind the leader, and that sort of advantage can evaporate with just one clip of a rock wall here. Marc Champeau, fourth after day one, another of the Renault Megane Maxi kit cars. The number 14 machine also flying around these tarmac stages. Impressive scenery all the way around the three-day event. Day 2, 7 stages. And spectators once more packing the hillside stages in the early morning mist. And this is the man they've come to see. Philippe Bugowski takes 4 quickest times in a row, and on the longest stage of the day, he takes 23 seconds out of Simon Jean-Joseph in the Subaru. An impressive performance. At the end of day 2, driving like this has built Bugowski's lead to 1 minute and 10 seconds.
40 mètres, poteau gauche 92. Et à fond, plus droite 103. Pour gauche 103 ferme, sur intention, droite 113 extérieure. Et à fond, 30 mètres, droite 103 ferme, plus poste gauche 103 long. Et à fond, 20 mètres, attention, borne droite 92 extérieure. 20 mètres, gauche 92 ferme, pour droite 103 extérieure. Et à fond, 60 mètres, gauche 100 ferme fond, plus droite 93. Et à fond, 40 mètres, gauche. Non. Gauche pour panneau, droite 93 glissant.
Great pictures from on board there, and you can see why a rookie on this event may be losing a second or two. Simon Jean-Joseph was quickest on the first 2 stages, but thereafter he saw the lead opening up to Bugowski. Despite pushing as hard as he possibly can, the Subaru driver really not able to match the Citroën driver's pace. Benoit Rousselot in 3rd place, and stage 9 hit a rock with his left rear wheel, but lucky to get away with just a glancing blow. The car barely damaged, and he continued. You don't get too many chances like that. Marc Champeau, the other Renault, suffering power steering and gearbox problems, and you could really do without either of those here in 4th place, 30 seconds away from a podium finish. Well, by the beginning of day 3, the rally almost seemed to have been decided, but the final day is always the hardest, and rain will make it even tougher for all of the drivers. Well, away from the front-running battle in Group N, after the retirement of Emanuele's class-leading Mitsubishi, victory went to Richard Bartolini in the number 29 Renault Clio Williams 3. He was 8th overall. You can see the smaller two-wheel drive cars really not at a disadvantage to the World Rally Car machines on such tight French scenery. Second in Group N for the Italian Gianmarino Cenere. He was 7th, just 17 seconds behind the Renault at the end. Emil Treiner finishing 6th overall here. That's a pretty impressive result for the Czech in his Skoda, just 16 seconds behind the next man. And that was Benoit Rousselot. Rousselot suffered a puncture, and that allowed the Skoda Octavia driver to close right up, not quite able to get up into the top positions though. Rousselot, despite that puncture, stays 3 of the final day, recovered to hold on to his 4th place, having initially dropped out of the top half dozen with that tyre problem. Marc Champeau then moved up from 4th to 3rd, but in the end he was actually 6 minutes behind the rally winner. The championship leader, Simon Jean-Joseph, couldn't have clinched it here, but he pushed ultra hard during the final day. Four-wheel drive Subaru benefiting from the wet and mixed conditions. 1 minute and 10 behind the rally leader at the end of the second day. He closed down all of that gap. But in the end, it wasn't enough. Simon Jean-Joseph came second by 0.4 seconds. Astonishing margin of victory. Despite two-wheel drive in the slippery conditions, Filip Bogalski in the Citroën Zara kit car held on to the lead to win. But what a margin, 0.4 seconds after 3 days of rallying. They don't come closer than that. Well, to clinch the 98 title, Bogalski also has to win the Critérium des Cévennes and the VAR Rally, the last 2 rounds of the French Championship. Will he do it? Well, we'll bring you the results of both of those events on Eurosport. Follow the fortunes of the French Rally Championship as the season draws to its climax. Victory then on Antibes for Filip Bogalski and for Citroën. Simon Jean-Joseph second, Marc Champeau third. Jean-Joseph still leading the series by 4.